with breaking news.
Thank you for joining us here on KRON 4 News at 2. I'm Justine Waldman. We begin with breaking news. There has just been an earthquake along the peninsula. Daly City feeling this jolt. An earthquake struck about 5 miles west of there just a short time ago. That means it likely occurred 2 to 3 miles off of the coast. Our meteorologist, John Trable, said that he felt that quake. He called it, quote, a big jolt. And we'll get the latest now from KRON 4's Gail Ong. She's in the Weather Center now. Gail, what's the latest?
Yeah, apparently some people in our newsroom felt it. I didn't feel it. It happened right before our show. You can see it right here, just off the coast, about 5 miles away from Daly City. And here are the latest numbers we got from USGS. A magnitude of 3.4 around 1:32 p.m. And as you can just see, people around Daly City who really felt where John Trable is. He said he felt that jolt. So we're still getting some numbers in. We're still trying to learn if there's any reports of damage. But, you know, for 3, it depends where you are. If you're high up in a high elevation or on a top floor, you could really feel it. So we're still trying to get those reports in. If you felt it, our assignment desk is working the phone right now, so we'd like to hear from you. But magnitude 3.4, 1:32 p.m., right off the coast here in Daly City. And you know, we'll be monitoring this and seeing if there's any reports, any other places you felt it. And if you did feel it, the USGS wants to know, because they want to know the magnitude of this quake. It really helps them. And, you know, of course, monitoring those aftershocks. Back to you, Justine.
All right, thank you so much. We're joined now on the phone by by Zoom with Dr. Lucy Jones, who's going to talk to us more about this earthquake that just happened outside of Daly City. What do you know so far?
Well, I'm looking at the USGS web pages to get the information. It's, as you said, it's a 3.4. The location is very near the San Andreas Fault, just offshore from San Francisco, which is a place that, you know, has these sort of earthquakes periodically. The mechanism of it doesn't look like it's necessarily on the San Andreas Fault itself. We often see these small earthquakes being around the fault rather than on it. Hard to tell at this point which one it is.
So I always want to know when an earthquake happens, is this the after? Could it be an aftershock, a pre-shock? How is there a way to tell?
No, unfortunately. I actually spent a large part of my career trying to find something that would let us recognize that something would be a foreshock. And we're able to pretty definitively say there's nothing different about foreshocks. They're just an earthquake that happens to have a really big aftershock. So it happens about 5% of the time that it'll be followed by something larger. But if it's followed by a 3.6, that's part of the 5%. The chance of actually being a foreshock to something significantly bigger is very, very low, well below 1%.
And is there a way to determine that based on the magnitude of the quake that has already happened? Is there a percentage there?
No. In fact, it's independent. That 5% is independent of the magnitude of the first earthquake. It seems to be about the same rate at all different magnitudes.
So we know it hit kind of near Daly City in a 3.4. What would people immediately close to that area feel versus someone in San Francisco or in Oakland or even in San Rafael?
Right. If you're very close to the coast, you'll notice it relatively strongly. If you have damage, you've really got an awful place. There's no way an earthquake of this size should be doing damage in California. So, and even this size shouldn't even be throwing anything off of shelves. When we look at, you know, there's something called the Did You Feel It map. You mentioned that, where the USGS will receive reports of what people felt. It looks like intensity 4. So intensity describes what you feel. Magnitude's the total energy released from the earthquake. Intensity 4 near the coast, going down to 2 and 3 farther inland. Intensity 4 is one where pretty much everybody notices it, but you don't have anything even falling off of shelves. You know, you probably are hearing a certain amount of motion when the earthquake, you know, as the waves go through, but there shouldn't be any impact.
What is the scale out of? You said 4. We felt the 4.
Okay, the intensity scale is a 1 to 10 scale. It's with preceded magnitude. It describes what you experience. Intensity 7 is where we start to really be damaging California homes. Intensity 6 is where we start to throw things off of shelves. Intensity 5 is often described as everybody frightened, but I think those are people that aren't used to earthquakes. And intensity 4 is everybody notices it, but it's just not, unless you're, you know, if you're out jogging, you're not feeling a thing as the shaking's going through. You wouldn't feel it in a car. So a lot of people will miss it even at intensity 4.
And after this quake has now happened, what do you do with the information about where it hit, how big it was, what people felt? How do you use what happened today to get us prepared for the next one?
Well, we put it in the catalog, right? That's what, in the long run, any individual earthquake doesn't change much, but knowing the overall pattern is very important. It's the catalog that allowed us to determine that 5% of earthquakes are followed by something bigger. It's the catalog that allows us to see where are the active fault structures. Now, that's a little bit of a mixed bag. We see a lot of earthquakes, as I said, around the really big faults, but often the ones that produce the biggest earthquakes don't have the small ones. They only have the big ones, and the small ones are clustered around them.
Dr. Lucy Jones, we appreciate you jumping on so quickly to talk to us here on KRON 4 so we could get the latest about this earthquake. 3.4 out of Daly City. Appreciate your expert advice.
Very good. Good to be here.
We'll talk to you soon, I'm sure.